The Invisible Man. Every morning at 4:30 a.m., before the city even remembered how to breathe, Daniel woke up. No alarm, no rush, just habit. He would sit on the edge of his bed for a few seconds, stretch his tired fingers, and stare at the same peeling wall he had stared at for 27 years. On that wall hung a single photograph. A small house, white paint, a tiny garden in front. It wasn't his house, not yet, but it was his dream. Daniel worked as a maintenance worker in a large corporate building. Most people didn't know his name. To them, he was just the janitor, the cleaner, the guy who fixes things. He fixed broken lights, broken doors, broken elevators, but no one ever asked who was fixing him. He worked 6 days a week, sometimes 7, overtime whenever it was offered. Not because he loved work, but because every extra dollar meant his dream was one step closer. A small house, a quiet place, a life where he wouldn't have to keep apologizing for existing. Daniel didn't grow up dreaming of success. He grew up dreaming of peace. His childhood was loud. Arguments through thin walls, bills on the table, a father who worked himself sick and still felt like a failure. Before his father died, he told Daniel one thing: don't chase big things. Chase a life where you can breathe. Daniel never forgot that. So he worked, not for cars, not for status, but for silence, for safety, for a home where worry wouldn't follow him to bed. In the office building, people walked past Daniel every day. Thousands of footsteps, thousands of conversations. No one noticed that he always stayed late. No one noticed that he never took sick days. No one noticed the slight limp in his walk, or the way he sometimes held his chest just a little too long, because quiet people are easy to ignore. And Daniel was very quiet. Every night after work, Daniel opened a small notebook. Inside were numbers, dates, carefully written calculations, savings, expenses, dreams measured in digits. At the bottom of the last page, one sentence was written again and again. Almost there. He was 52 years old. His hands were rough. His back hurt every morning. But he smiled, because in 2 years, if everything went right, he could buy the house, the little white one. One Monday morning, Daniel didn't come to work. At first, no one noticed. The lights were on. The floors were clean. Everything still worked. But by lunchtime, things started to break. A door jammed. A sink leaked. An elevator stopped between floors. People complained. Where's the maintenance guy? No one knew. That evening, the building manager received a call. Daniel had collapsed on his way to work. No luxury items, no expensive clothes, just a bed, a chair, and a notebook. The notebook, when the manager opened it, the last page was filled. Savings complete. Under it one line: next month I will finally rest. The house that was never lived in. Daniel had already paid the down payment. The house existed. The keys were ready. But the man who earned them never walked through the door. No laughter filled the rooms. No quiet mornings in the garden. Just empty space, waiting for someone who would never arrive. At Daniel's funeral, very few people came. But one thing surprised everyone. A letter, addressed to the building staff. It read, "If you are reading this, I didn't make it. Please don't feel sad for me. I worked hard because working gave my life meaning. But don't forget to live while you're building your dreams. Some dreams wait. Life doesn't." The room was silent. For the first time, people didn't rush past his story. They listened. He worked every day for a dream he never lived to see, and reminded us that tomorrow is never promised.